Hello, welcome back. Now we will set up our sales module. Let's set up our sales module so we can sell our pet to the customer and insert in the sales table. Alright, after inserting in the sales table, we will update our stock table. Alright, this stock table we need to subtract the quantity, right? The that much quantity we sell, we need to subtract it. All right, update the quantity, right? So let's make interface for our sales repository, right? So let's make an interface for our sales repository. Okay, let's say it iSales iSales repository. All right, I will implement it by iRepository. Pass it sales, right? Okay, now I will go to the repository and make new class, right? Sales repository. That's yes. Okay, let's inject repository. Okay, and pass a sales module and iSales repository here. Let's generate the constructor. It has already generated for me. Let's say it is FTP context, right? For us, we are passing context to the base, and so iSales repository using interface, right? We are importing iSales repository from our interface. All right. Now we need to register these two services to our service collection, right? Let's register it. Okay. So, alright, not a stock service here. We are stock repository, right? So let's add scoped I repository, not I repository, I stock repository, right? Okay. Okay, it is not a stock actually. Let's say this one stocks, right? And then repository stocks repository, right? Okay, after adding scope, right? This means add scope means the object will be work or instantiate for us until and unless the request process completed. So the scope remain available for us for the when the user requested and the request completed, right? So if any API request came and the API request response is sent to the user, till this time the object will be available for us. Okay, so for this kind of operation, right, like repositories, we are using add scope, right? So now we have registered our repository in service collection, right? So let's make a stock service for available for us. So let's make the stock service. Okay, not a sales service, right? Oh shit. uh Sorry for this one. Let's make it I sales repository, right? Because I have already injecting the stocks, right? So this is a sales repository I have made, right? So let's say this one sales repository, right? And let's make the sales service. I was confused with the name, so let's make the sales service. Sales service. Yes. Now, now, now we have make the sales service. So let's make the interface for as like the sales service. We will just adding the our sales, right? So go to the sales service and make the interface I sales service, right? We need all the sales, all right. We don't need get by ID. Okay, so we need to add to the sales table, get all sales async, right? And we need to add sales async, right? Add sales async. It will be the sales view model. Let's make the view model for sales. Add new class sales view model. Okay, let's bring our sales model here. Let's bring our sales model here. Well, let's bring our sales model. So I will go to the model folder, models. Okay, let's bring it all here. Sales sales view model. Let's bring it up. We don't need the total amount here in the view model because we can calculate it. Okay. Okay. We do not need to receive the total amount from here because we will be calculating from the front back end, right? So let's make the mapper for this one also. Pets ID. Okay, let's go to the mapper folder and let's make the mapper. Okay, for stock we have made, so let's make for the sales also. Oh, let's rename it as a customer, right? So customer, and paste it again for our sales, right? Sales, right? Sales, sales, sales. Okay, sales. Let add pets ID, right? I think the pets ID. Okay, now let's make it. Let's just rename it as a sales for all the first, so that it will be easy for us. Sales, right? And make it the sales. Make this one also the sales, and this one also the sales, and this one also, because it is all the repeating task. So I am repeating it all. So let's rename it sales. Okay, okay, from right. Sales, okay. For here also sales, sales, okay. Sales, and make it sell, right? And this one also sells. Okay, now add order attribute from the sales table, right? So it should look like pets customer ID sale date, pets customer ID sale date. Let's copy this all. We don't need the total amount, right? So let's go to the mapper. We need to add. Okay, I put it here. So it's a customer ID, and sale date and quantity, right? And so we don't need the total amount, right? Okay, this much I will take and map here also. Alright, now our mapper is also fine for the sales P model. Okay, now let's go to the sales services. Okay, let's make here sales P model. Alright, okay, sales P model, okay. Now implement the sales iSales service in our sales service. Okay, let's implement it. Right click and implement the interface. Now make this function async and async for both. Okay, let's generate the constructor for both sales service. Okay, I think we will get unit of work here. We will inject our unit of work and import unit of work using. Okay, now let's get the sales first from our sales table. Okay, okay, we have made our sales repository, but unit of work is complaining about I don't know the sales repository. So let's add a sales repository to our unit of work, right? So I just add like this. Okay, sales repository. So let's go to the unit of work. Let's put the sales repository here also. Sales repository, and repeat the same task here. So now in my unit of work I bundle the sales repository. Let's go to the sales service again. Okay, now let's see, we got our repository. Alright, so let's import our mapper using mappers. So okay, otherwise if result not found we will return null. Okay, now add our sales, right? So to add the sales, let's let's convert our bar update new sales item, right? This is new sales item. Will mapper dot convert it to the sales model first. Convert so let's set it as a sales, right? So make this one also the sales instead of it, sales, right? Now we will convert our first, when we convert the mapper we get here. So this is our model, right? New sales. Now we need to update our new sales. So the quantity new sales dot sale date, right? So that time and now I think if let's see in our sales model, if I put the default in, okay, it is fine. Now go to our sales service. So I don't need to initialize the sale date. So I need to total amount, right? Total amount is sales dot quantity and the sale dot price. We don't find the price here, so we need to find the price. So let's get the price here. Bar price. Okay. So first we need to go to the page repository and find by ID. So let's hope we'll get the result. Okay. Okay. That it's not a pairs repository, it's only the pairs. So get by ID, right? So I will get by ID price. This is a pairs. So I got the pairs and it's so multiply the pairs in pairs dot price, right, with pairs price, right? So I think the quantity will like by QTI. So now we get our total amount. Alright. Alright. Now we need to insert this new sale to the sales repository and save a sync. Alright. After after selling the item, we need to find the pets ID, right? Pets ID from the stock repository, right? So that we need to update it, right? So we got the stock by pets ID, so stock. So now we need to decrease the stock, right? Stock dot dt is equal to minus sales dot quantity. The sales, how much quantity I have brought, I am updating it. Alright, now we can update our stock repository and save it. Alright, so in same way we can use try catch block and do transaction scope here also. Alright, try catch exception ex and roll back the transaction. Okay, let's start our transaction, begin transaction and commit our transaction, commit the transaction. Okay, so let's await it and await it here also. Okay, now if we are failed to update the stock, the sales repository sales table is also not will be rolled back, right? So I hope the transaction also works here and you understand about the how to use transaction scope, right? Now let's build the controller for our sales service. Okay, let's go to the controller and make new controller. So MBC new, I will sales controller .cs. Okay, let's get the controller. Let's get the controller from controller base. All right. Okay. I don't need this one. All right. Let's generate the constructor for the sales controller and invoke our sales service here, right? Okay, let's remove this one, get all sales. Okay, so import it, I sell service. Okay, now I have get all these sales and we need to post our sales, right? So let's add the sales. HTTP post, it is a post request, right? So route will be add our sale, add sales, make sale. Okay, we can say make sale or add sale. So add sales, service dot add sales async. So I think we need to use a sales viewer, we model sales data, right? We need to receive sales data from our body, right? Requested body, right? We need to receive from our body, right? So I will do receive from our body, from body, right? Okay, let's see what happened here. So okay, from body, I think from body. All right, now add the sales, right? Add sales async. So we need to pass our sales to the add async method. Now let's remove this one. Okay, if result equals to null, it will say no sales found, otherwise it will return the result. Okay, let's check our sales controller. I think we need to register our sales service in our service collection, right? So register our sales service here in our service section. Write down it. Sales service, not a stock service, because we don't need the stock service here. Sales service. Okay. Sales service. All right. Sales service. Okay. Now let's test our sales controller if we can sell our pet or not. Okay, customer pets and get all the sale. Let's see, our sales table is empty, so we'll find something called no sales found. Now let's add the sales. Let's add the sales. Let's try it out. So pet id equals to 1. We need to selling the pet id to 1, to the customer id 1. Quantity, let's say 10. Let's send the request. Okay, it is a successful request. Now we can go to our database and check our sales table. Okay, now we can see one request. We have sell our pet id 1 to the customer 1. A quantity is 10 and the total price is 10 into the pet's price. So let's go to the pets table and check the price. So id is 1, the price is 120, right? So 120 into 10 is 1200, right? So the calculation is also working fine. So thank you, congratulations, you have implemented our APIs for inventory application. Now in next video we will be consuming this API we made in our front-end application, that is React application. Thank you. Bye bye.